Viral news source. Let's go.
Got worse for Jim Jones.
My God.
Y'all remember the landlord Sam that told 50 Cent that Jim
Yeah,
Jones is a little bit late on his
him.
rent?
Want to rent it. And I said, okay,
This guy.
fine. Right? He's been saying this for since October. And so he keeps trying to build it, but he won't sign the lease. He's like, I don't like these terms.
Now, what I will say, Jimmy's stuff for his podcast is all in there. It's in behind that door, I guess. But Jimmy, you're not the owner of this building. Mr. 50 Cent Curtis Jackson is. And also, you got a problem, my friend. And this is not the way that you should handle it. Viral news source.
I want 6 months of build out and ridiculous bullshit. We also have a partnership agreement where half of what he's building now, his media, belongs to us. But he won't tell us how much he's making and doing.
So the partnership. So wait a minute now. So 50 Cent is this guy Sam's partner who has a deal to get 50% of, that's ironic, 50% of Jim Jones media. But now 50 Cent is getting part of that 50 cent or 50%. My God, Jimmy, what have you gotten yourself into? Viral news source. Let's go.
Doing all these things. So half of the content he's creating, if you want to buy that too, I'll sell you half the company.
Wow.
He's not a business. He's like insane. To me, it's worth very little to nothing. But if it
that is a sinister picture. You know what? When I beef, I like to beef like Curtis Jackson. I want to lay hands on you.